Alright guys, welcome back to another Scythe Plush video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something like whoa, what the heck? Why did my words just got so tongue twisted right there. But in today's video, I'm going to be doing something different. This is not going to be an art video. This is going to be more so of a discussion video. And it's mostly just because I really wanted to talk about this show that I'm going to talk about. And that show is Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this show so much is because one, well, I really like the show. It's a really great show. And two, it's because I really don't see a lot of people talk about this show, because I've been keeping up with this show for like the past year since it's been out, and even before it was released. And I'm just like, why aren't more people talking about it? It's weird. So that's why I'm here in today's video. This video is mostly just me gushing about the show and how much I like it. This is just one of those random video ideas I had, and I was like, you know what? Why not? Let me just make this video. So basically, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is a show about a highly intelligent teenage girl named Lunella Lafayette, almost messed it up, also known as Moon Girl, who befriends a dinosaur that she accidentally brought through a portal, who was later named Devil Dinosaur. And together they work to protect the area that they live in, which is the Lower East Side of New York City, or the LES for short. And that's just the basic summary, but there's more than that, like Lunella dealing with school/teenage problems, but I didn't really want to get too much into that, alright? But yeah, there's a couple things I just really like about the show. One of the things that I really like about the show, especially, which kind of like drew me in the first place, was definitely the art style and the animation. This show has like really good animation, and the art style was just fantastic. I usually compare this show to like Spider-Verse, even though they're like two completely different things, but I still compare like how different they are from everything in the market, and just how like vibrant they are, and how what's a good way to describe it? How they try something new. I think that's definitely the best way to describe it. They both try something new, and both of these things are like a Marvel property, so that's kind of cool too. And I feel like if the Spider-Verse movies were to have a TV show that was in a 2D art style, it would kind of look like this. And the team who animated the show are the same people who worked on Rise of the TMNT and also Monkey Kid, which are two good shows as well. You guys should watch those too. I'm just saying, pretty good animation, pretty good fight scenes, all that stuff if you're into that. But I feel like this show really stands out amongst the crowd, which is kind of why I'm sitting here like, why don't more people talk about this show? Because shows like, I guess Proud Family, the new reboot, get way more attention than this show. And that's mostly because, you know, Proud Family has like things in it that get people riled up and all that stuff. So that makes sense as to why more people will talk about that. But I just feel like more people should talk about this show because of all it does and how good it is. Because the things they do in this show like stand out. I know I keep saying the show stands out, but it just really does. Like, for example, I'm not going to say too much about the show, like what goes on in the episodes, but there was one episode where, actually, yeah, this is the only episode I'm really going to like dive into. But yeah, there was this one episode where these two people came into Lunella's town, right? Or area or city or whatever, right? And they wanted to basically kind of change the environment and make it more like modern and all that stuff, and take away, what do you call it? Take away the LES's, I was about to say take away its flavor. You know what? Sure, yeah. They were trying to take away the LES's flavor and all its personality away. And in the beginning of the episode, Lunella doesn't realize that that's what they're doing. So she kind of helps out a little bit, but then by the end of the episode, she realizes that, you know, this is not good. They shouldn't be doing this. And I think I'm going to take back my area, right? And so they have this little segment at the end of the episode where they basically bring out this machine, and the machine like completely mutes the entire like area. It mutes everyone. It mutes like the song that's playing in the back, which, by the way, the songs in the show are really good. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, it mutes everything, and everything is just left in silence except them. They're laughing and all that stuff. And then Lunella and her mom actually starts stomping, right? And it makes a sound. And so that gives everyone the incentive to start making their own sounds out of stuff that's around them, which then creates the beat that just got shut off, and it keeps building up, right? And as it's building up, Lunella like jumps up onto like the sound wave, I think. And I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I might be gassing it up, but I don't care. It was really cool. And she's basically riding the beat, which is like, that's so cool. And then she defeats the robot, and then like all the sound comes back in, and all the color comes back in, and all that stuff. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. That's really creative. And it's things like that in the show that just make me like it 10 times more than I already did. The animation definitely sells what they're trying to go for. And I might as well just talk about the music since I'm already right here. But like, the music in the show is just really good. There are some songs that are just like, okay, this is something slight. But then there are songs that I'm like, oh wow, I really like this song. To the point where I added the song to my playlist because I'm like, this is a really good song. But that's a subjective thing because, you know, music is subjective. But I just feel like the music in the show is pretty decent. But some songs do stand out more than others. The song for, I don't know if it's the season 2 finale or it's like a break. I don't know if it's the halfway. I'm still kind of confused on that. But the song that's in that episode was really good. The intro is fire. That song, really good. I really like that intro song. The song that was used in the end of season 1, I really like that. But those are some of the songs that I can just like think of on the top of my head that I really like. They had a Childish Gambino song in there. I wouldn't really count that because they didn't make that song. But, you know, that's a good song too. I'm surprised they got that in the show. That was really crazy to see for the first time last year. But yeah, that was a really good song too. And that was a really good moment as well with the animation and all that stuff. Like, the animation and the music goes hand in hand in this show. I probably should have said that before, but yeah, like I said, this video is just me talking about the show and everything I like about it. But yeah, music is fire, animation fire. The story's pretty good. I can't talk too much about the story or else I'd be talking about spoilers, but just know that there's a lot of really good moments in the story, and how the characters develop throughout the story is really good too. And speaking of the characters, I should probably move on to that. And the characters are some of the funnest parts. Funnest? Is funnest a word? You know what? It's gonna have to be a word today. So yeah, the characters are probably some of the funnest parts in the show, and they're really enjoyable. Like, for example, Lunella's family, they're a pretty interesting group of characters. They're really fun, and I really like how the show really gives them moments throughout each season to kind of like show off like their personalities and all that stuff, and that's really cool. And even with Lunella's best friend in the show, Casey, she even gets some moments in the show to show off her personality too, and that's mostly because, you know, she's the best friend, so it makes sense for her to like be with Lunella like half the time. But it's really fun when Casey and Lunella are both on screen. It's a really fun time. And even with Devil Dinosaur on screen too, when they're all on screen, it's really fun. Even though Devil Dinosaur doesn't really talk, he mostly just speaks like how you would think a dinosaur would speak. They still make it work with how expressive he is. And the animation, like I keep bringing it up, the animation is really good. The animation mostly sells like Devil Dinosaur. It makes his character really cool. And this is another reason as to why I made this video, was because of the fact that I really don't know if the show is going to get a season 3, because I forgot what it was, but I think I heard somewhere that like if this show doesn't do well on like Disney Plus or something like that, then like the show might get like canceled or something like that. And it's just kind of disappointing to hear, because Disney, you got a banger on your hands right here. What's going on? But I just feel like this show definitely deserves more attention than it gets, because I really don't see anyone talking about this show. I know I said that at the beginning, but it's just really baffling to me, because this show is really high quality, and if the show doesn't get the attention it deserves, sooner or later the show might get canceled. Like, possibly won't even get a season 3 or won't even get a season 4, because I think they talked about wanting a season 4, but I know they definitely talked about wanting a season 3. And if they don't get that, that would be really unfortunate, because this show's just gold. The animation is really good, the story's really good, the characters are really good, how they're developed is really good, and the music is really good, and everything just comes together to make such a great show. And it's just like, we can't lose this show, it's so good. But yeah, that's all I really had to say. This video was more so just me rambling about this show and all the things I like about it. Sorry if this video was a little weird or weirdly structured. I was really just talking during this video. But yeah, that's all I have to say right now. So peace out.